Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm around here somewhere because I have turned off my camera. Alright, welcome to Roll Hit Die Presents our Monday night game of Cape City Chronicles, our Mutants and Masterminds game that we've been running. Before we jump into tonight's game, I do want to give the typical shout outs. First and foremost, the carnage scene that lays before you is brought to you through the Roll20 app. Allows us to share our maps, our artwork, as well as keep our players situationally aware of what the hell is going on around them, even though sometimes it doesn't actually help. Let's see. Also, another one of those little shout outs I'd like to give is to Hero Forge. Hero Forge allows you to create a custom miniature that you can have sent to your residence. You can get it anywhere from the 23mm all the way up to the 6-inch. Anything from fantasy to western to sci-fi. You can have animals, mounts, you name it. You can pose it with any kind of gear that you would like to have on it. You could be wearing medieval armor, but wielding a shotgun. If that's what you want to do, hey, more power to you, but that's your character to create. And if you're a subscriber, you can turn around and make a digital version that you can use in your digital games. Another shout out is for GUI Cube. GUI Cube is a world created several years ago by the company. In the process of the last several years, they've added to it, and the community, of course, other players and DMs such as us have actually added to the storyline of Xyothe. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, they just finished a Kickstarter, and you've got a few more days left to do the backer thing. So go to their website and check that out. Jump on in, because there's lots of stuff. My understanding it's like 10 pounds in a box for less than $100. So go check it out and see what they've got available. Let's see. We actually have two actual sponsors, so let's go ahead and throw those out there for you. First and foremost is W Energy. They are a good manufacturing practice certified product that is formulated to give you focus without jitters or crash. Has no calories, no sugars, and no fillers. If you use the code ROLLHITDIE at checkout, you'll get 10% off your purchase. You can find them at w.gg. Our other sponsor is Humble Bundle. They are a website that sells games, ebooks, software, and other digital products. Their mission is to support charity while providing awesome content. If you use the same code ROLLHITDIE, it'll let them know where you heard about them from. You can find them at humblebundle.com. If you're watching us on Twitch, there are a few things to take into consideration. The most important, of course, is Extra Life. Click on that link below. It'll take you to their website and allow you to give to the Children's Medical Network as well as the Children's Hospitals at any point in time throughout the year when you can and when you'd like to. Also down there we have the website for Roll Hit Die. Marcus has worked on that. We have our D&D games have already been in there, incorporated into it. He's been working on the rest of it. But his pride and joy, of course, is that shop. So go check out our shop. You can get a mug, a shirt, a rug, whatever, with the symbol at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, or any of the other things that take place from some of our previous games, such as our Mutants and Masterminds games or our Vampire the Masquerade games. Go check it out. See what there is. If you're watching us on Twitch, down below by the chat bar, there is a bubble. We call it a chaos bubble. The longer you watch us, the more points you can earn. Those points can be spent to cause chaos in any of our D&D games, whether it be the Sunday or the Saturday games. Looks like there's also a little bit of a Bitcoinage going on there now, that you can actually spend actual Bitcoins to pop an emoji across the screen so everybody knows you're watching and say, hey, here I am. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it as far as my actual announcements are concerned. So I will go ahead and hand this off to Gerald and jump us into tonight's episode of Cape City Chronicles.
Hey, folks. When we left off, our protagonists had visited a Emery Hadrick office facility, and during that visit, some other visitors showed up. Visitors that were apparently from Kensington Labs. They made entry into the building. The Emery Hadrick security were seemingly no match, but our group jumped in and helped out. They also, during the fray, helped themselves to some computer network access and a few computer towers from the upstairs offices. So
And an entire duffel bag of files.
And an entire duffel bag of physical files. That's correct. And we'll say adopted one of the Kensington operatives.
I don't remember signing any paperwork.
There was no paperwork. It was a casual adoption.
It's like stepping outside and seeing a stray cat.
I think you're mispronouncing the word abduction, but we'll go
yeah,
with it.
Yeah. Sometimes
I think we need Letterman in here to fix a few letters.
Yeah.
They do all that online now.
Abduct. Well, they do all that online. You're correct. Both of those things. But so anyway, they have an additional passenger in the van. And the van is currently not hooked up to the trailer, which was left behind
some distance away.
For a reason I cannot entirely remember. I guess it's less conspicuous.
Yes.
To not have a camper in your parking lot.
Yeah.
All right. So that, I believe, is where we are. If I missed anything or screwed it up badly, let me know.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I have nothing but positive things to say.
Well, good. So what is the first move?
I would suggest running.
Burn myself, apparently.
Yes, I concur with the first suggestion. Any other takers?
No, just getting out of here would probably be a good idea.
Okay. I'm not going to make it a very difficult thing for you guys to evade the police. But with our escape intact, what of the many, many things you need to handle
Well, first
are
of
you
all,
going to tackle first?
I think we need to get our hands back on the camper, get the hell out of here, find someplace nice and remote so we can have a nice, quiet conversation with our guest. And someplace where our professional hero can scour through those computers that Kenny got for him.
And, in absence of that, I guess I'll do it.
You are the professional. What are you talking about absence of?
That's you.
Yes, you are the professional.
But compared to the rest of us mooks, you are the professional.
Alright, whatever. Well,
yeah, it just shows how good we are.
Let's just get going. It's a low bar. Just gotta step over it. Or drive over it in this case.
Drive over it in a stolen van.
Let it go. Let it go. All right. Well, you can't fucking have it, I guess.
All right. I think I got everything marginally correct now. So, where you going?
All right. Well, we gotta have some kind of base or something set up, right? Or are we just going to the camper?
Well, we're away from our home base at the moment. The subway, whatever car is back in the city. I don't think.
All right.
Are we gonna try to go all the way back to the city to do this, or are we gonna try to find someplace out in the woods to do this?
Oh my god, the woods. Ugh.
Gross bugs.
Unfortunately, I don't have a better option, so I guess the woods it is.
No,
Unless...
I'm real concerned about my camper. We're not gonna leave it forever, are we?
Define forever. Nothing is forever.
No, we're not gonna leave your camper. Why would we leave your camper? It's in a safe spot. It's not like right there to be seen or found, right? We didn't hook up to it and take off with it, did we?
No. And without it, I feel a little less like myself.
Well, I mean, while she's going through these systems, I guess a couple of us can make our way back to town and retrieve it. I suppose.
I don't think it would be that hard.
No, I mean, it shouldn't be. Granted, we probably want to get another vehicle to use.
Well, yeah. I agree with that.
So you're looking for another car?
Sure.
Okay.
Find some roadside bar or something like that that's got a bunch of cars out front.
Okay. Not hard to find. Who is going to be doing the theft? Procurement, sure.
I mean,
I keep forgetting I have a fucking motorcycle.
yeah, well, it's not.
Yeah,
here.
but you never bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I leave it everywhere. It's like a little brother.
I just leave it behind. As far as I know, it is parked safely back in Cape City.
Safely, I suppose.
Well, it's
Relative.
it's probably in the subway tunnel with
It's
all
parked-
your other stuff.
Yeah, it's parked in relative safety.
Yeah.
What
As
time?
safe
Okay.
as anything is ever.
What time of day is it? I mean, it was nighttime.
It is night. It is late-ish at night.
And,
Are we getting close to time for bars to close?
Yeah, I'll say yes. It's getting close to that time.
All right. Scope out the right kind of vehicle necessary to tow the trailer and wait for the drunk who's going to come out and try to drive it.
Oh, so you're ambush stealing, not hotwire stealing.
I can't.
Carjacking, not.
Yeah, I can't. I can't hotwire a vehicle. I mean, can you, Liam? I guess it's a no on Liam's part.
I guess
He just looks at it with this like overwhelming anxiety in his eyes of like, mm-mm.
while y'all are doing that, if we have any cash left, we might be able to find some cheap motel where Io can start looking at those computers.
Man.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of broke.
Y'all seem to keep, well, I guess us. We keep running into this problem. Outside of my meager, like, food stamp situation, we just don't have any money.
Well, you can
I
always
mean-
get the wallet off whatever guy you get the.
I mean, there
Camper
is a reason I was living on the streets. Just to throw that out there.
Didn't
Okay,
you lift the
let's-
wallet off the guy that you got the car keys from?
Well, I mean, we'll probably offer to give the guy a ride home. He's too drunk to realize it until he passes out, and yeah, sure.
I mean the guy,
That we
the
would be
security
interrogating.
guard. No, the
Oh, I didn't even
security
think
guard.
about the security guard's money.
Didn't you take his wallet as well as his car keys?
Yeah.
So you got some.
Okay,
I mean,
because
you definitely have.
Was
the
there cash in
stolen
there?
Credit card. There's a little bit of cash, but nobody carries a lot of cash anymore.
No.
right, But
You
if there's
definitely
enough
have the
for a no
stolen
motel.
credit cards of a murdered guy. So there's no way that's gonna go bad.
Don't love that. Don't love that. Okay. Well, I honestly cannot believe I'm saying this, but it looks like the hot wiring plan is probably our best bet.
Well, I mean, if you got cards in there, and the guy's dead, we can always swap them into whoever's wallet we decide to jack. I suppose is the terminology they use these days. That way he can have the card on him and spend it or mistakenly carry it around with him, so we're not leaving a trail ourselves. But yeah, we can just swipe the wallet off whoever the drunk is that comes out. I'm sure he's got a little bit of cash left on him. If he didn't drink it all. No?
We don't really want to use cards that much.
Oh.
Just personally.
I can understand, I guess. I was just thinking...
I don't even really know how them fancy plastic cards even really work.
Well, we're not going to go into that now. Let's see. Okay, so do we have any reason to stay in the city, honestly?
No.
Then let's just leave.
Well, we still got to get the Liam's trailer somehow.
Okay, where did we put it?
We left it outside down the street from the facility we just broke into.
Okay, well, nobody's looking for us just yet, so I'd say let's go get it.
Yeah, that's what Liam and I was working on. We just weren't going to take the dead man's car with us.
Oh my god.
No, the dead man's car is in a ditch, I believe.
You thought we drove to get out of there?
Yes. And then last session we said we'd get somewhere, we'd abandon it, and then we would figure out some way to go back for the RV.
Oh, see, I missed
After
all that.
things had
Forgot all that.
widened down.
So this is the point where you figure out how you're going to get it back.
So what are we going to do with Tweedledee there in the trunk? Did we say that?
Well, what do we need out of him?
I don't know, but I didn't bring him.
I didn't either. Whose idea was it to bring him?
Turn and look at Liam.
I don't look at me. I thought he'd be useful. Come on.
For what?
He's of the rival faction, and he's on the inside. I mean, it's better than asking your computer that you can't get into yet. At least he
Okay, hold
speaks.
Hey, he's got a wallet, right? Check it.
on.
See if he's got any cards.
Yeah. I start pilfering in the other guy's wallet. He got anything?
He has a black card with no name on it. He has an ID. And $40 in cash.
Finally, we can retire.
I mean, we can at least get a room with that and maybe something to eat, right?
I think eating is likely, but the room is not happening.
I mean, how much do rooms go for these days? They were like, $25 a night last time I remember. For, a cheap hotel.
I don't know if there are any hotels that cheap nowadays.
Well, there's another thing. I could go back to the facility and kind of from outside the fence kind of watch to see what's going on.
Okay,
I can also give you all a heads up if anyone's coming to where the RV is.
Okay, sure. I'll stay and guard the guy. You guys go get or go check out the RV, and Kenny, keep watch, make sure nobody's coming.
Okay, so I'll go do that, and I'll turn into a raptor and go.
Okay.
Professional hero, madam, what would you like me to do?
What do you mean? It's your RV, so I imagine you're going with fuck.
Lucas?
What's his character's? Lucas is your character's name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Lucas and you are probably going to get it, right?
fist bumps Lucas. Let's go do it.
Sure. Just kind of looks at his fist.
Okay, and while they're gone, I'm gonna check this. I'm gonna check this guy out and see what is it about him that made him the one that they grabbed. Is there something valuable about him? Is he?
He was closest to the door.
He was in the car, I believe. Like, he was in the van that got flipped over. He was the last one standing, I believe.
Yeah, we were real picky when we decided which one we was taking.
Okay, I'm just gonna like pull him out of the trunk and drag him over to the side of the street and just lay him down there.
Oh, put him in the driver's seat, slam his head into the steering wheel. That'll work.
Just yeah, no. Here's this guy. He's laying in the street. Whatever.
All right. Are you going to interrogate him in any kind of way?
Who does number 2 work for?
Okay, so I'll as Russian Austin Powers. I'll go ahead and I'll wake him up and just ask him a couple questions.
Okay. He wakes up and he's like, "What? What happened? Where am I? Who are you?"
You're dead. You died.
Okay, that's way too many questions. Let's start with the most obvious. What do you do here?
What?
I point at the facility. You just left. What's your job?
I don't work there.
Then why were you there?
We were there to collect something?
What were you collecting? Oh, sorry, hold on. You must not have heard me. And I take out my sword. What were you collecting?
A specimen.
Okay. Now this one sentence answer shit has got to go. I need to know what you're up to, and I need to know quickly because, well, to be honest, this is the only time I'm going to have to do anything that makes any sort of goddamn sense because once they get back, everything's going to go to shit. So, why don't you tell me?
Make an intimidate check.
Okay.
Feeling a little targeted here.
Felt real.
Okay, intimidation. Let's see here. Ooh, it's not that great.
I'm not telling you shit.
Okay.
You're not the boss of me. The boss of me would kick your ass.
Is he a teenager? What the fuck?
Okay.
He actually looks about 22.
Okay. Well, I can see you're not easily flappable. So I guess you're going to have to give me something.
Who uses
Okay.
flappable these days?
I want to
You're
make
so
this
old.
perfectly clear. I am not trying to intimidate you, but I am very annoyed. So if you do not tell me what I need to know, I'm going to cut off your foot.
Straight to the foot. Jeez. Start with the
And if
toes
you-
first, then you go to the foot.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
would
kind
you-
of in a
Why
I'm
would
kind
you
of
do
in a
that?
hurry. Because I need to know it, and unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time. Usually, I'd break some fingers, but
We were there to collect a sample, a specimen.
okay, good. What were your orders? Give me something. You have a phone with like messages on it. Do you have some kind of papers? Do you have something, anything I can use?
What is the specimen?
Oh.
You have. Wait, you actually succeeded in getting the specimen?
No. The specimen was somewhat elusive.
All right.
Is it an animal, vegetable, or mineral?
I need you to understand here that this is not working for me. So I'm gonna put the sword like right there
Wait a
on
minute.
his foot.
Out,
Right.
out of character, I just have to say, we left the one prisoner with the one guy in the group that has no issue killing somebody. Oh, we've
It
done
would
real
seem
good.
so, yeah. Also, remember you did get a tablet out of their car.
Okay, so I do have that tablet.
Oh,
And
this
I
dude's gonna
still
die.
have.
Well, Liam got it. I don't know if he actually shared that information with everybody or not.
Yes, we did. When we
Okay.
were driving the car back, I put it in the console.
Okay,
We talked
so,
about that in character.
Okay, so then retroactively, I tried the tablet and it was locked, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna show it to him and be like, "Open this."
And he's like, my hands are tied. You'll have to untie me.
Uh huh. Yeah, that's funny.
Facial recognition first. I'm not there.
It's
I
a
can't speak.
thumbprint.
I can't. I'm not there. I can't speak.
Okay, I want you to know that if I untie you and you try anything, then you're losing both feet. Okay?
Try to run then, bitch.
Okay.
And once again, I'm not intimidating you. I'm just being
It's
practical. All right, so I lay him on his stomach, and I undo the bonds, but I'm not. I've got the sword at the base of his neck, and I'm just gonna be like place the tablet in front of him, or like on the ground above his head. It's like open it.
Okay. He swirls his finger around it a little bit. It comes on. He puts his thumb on it, and it lights up.
Okay, good, very, very good. Okay, so I'm just gonna step off of him and pick up the tablet. I'm not really waving the sword anymore, but I still have it out.
Okay. So you're going to look through the tablet.
I'm just gonna glance at it for now because he's untied and I don't know anything about this guy.
Okay. Did anybody collect any of their weapons?
Don't know if we had time for weapon collection, other than of course
I don't
we
think
took
so.
with us.
No, that did
No.
not happen.
I wasn't even aware they had any weapons.
They did.
Well, they came in shooting, so we knew they had them, but some of the guards were still left alive whenever we left, so I think we left it for them to clean up.
Okay, cool. Okay, so he probably has a weapon.
Oh, he
He
won't.
does not have a weapon on him.
No,
Well,
like
he does not have a visible weapon on him.
Okay, cool. Anyway, so I'm so confused. Oh wait, hold on. Can I see if there was like some way he opened that I was able to notice?
It's a thumbprint.
Okay, cool.
So you need his thumb, so you got a blade.
Trust me, that has
Need
occurred
one
to
of
me.
them thumbs.
Okay.
You got a spare.
You know what? I'm just gonna save time. I'm gonna reset the security on it.
Make a technology check.
And I'm letting him know. It's like, look, now I could just take your thumb, but I think I'll just make it to where I can open this. Oof.
You do
One.
have a hero point.
I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
Reroll.
I don't know if you also have luck or anything like that, but rolling in that one while you're trying to reset security settings is a good way to lock yourself out of it permanently.
I imagine so. I do have a I will use my hero point.
All right.
I think I only had the one, so
Yeah.
okay.
So go ahead and roll it again.
Yeah, I will try that. Oh my god, are you
Wow.
fucking kidding me?
So that becomes a 22
Yeah, Mookie.
because with hero point rerolls you add 10 to anything that's under 10 or 10 or under.
Oh
So,
my god.
you do manage to locate the security settings, and you can't really figure out a way to specifically allow you to access it, but you basically just take all the security, like all the lock screen, you just turn that off.
Okay, that's good enough. That'll do.
Um,
Uh, good news, Thomas. Can I call you Thomas? I don't care. We get to keep your thumb and your feet. So far, this has been a nice chat.
yeah. So you got that. Can I just go now? Because
Well, Thomas, to be honest, I'm still not entirely comfortable with the idea of you running around out there. You wanted a specimen of some kind. In my
yes.
line of work, people who use the word specimens are not after good things. So, what was this specimen you were after? And don't lie to me and tell me you don't know because I know you do.
Uh, human sample?
For what? I've been trying to make another.
Testing and replication?
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So, it looks like one of the trials had a successful reaction and now they want to try to replicate. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Great. The information, is it on this thing?
Uh, it's got like sample numbers. I don't know. I don't know if there is a deeper file in there that has any further information. Uh, I didn't look at that. I was driving. I know we had a sample number. We had to memorize the sample number. So if we got in the building, we could locate the correct sample.
All right. What was the sample number?
21987.
21987. Okay. Why'd they send you, Thomas?
I'm an excellent driver?
Uh, One thing I don't love, though, is this entire time you've been using the word we.
Yes.
Who's the other one?
Others, plural. There were, I believe there were 4. Is that right?
Four people pulled up to get one sample?
Yes. To be fair, this was not our facility. We were not authorized to take the sample, and the owners, that's a weird word, the
Let me just
people
stop you
in
there. I don't know
control.
why. I don't know why you're playing the litigation game here. I don't care what illegal shit you're up to. Just
Okay.
speak plainly.
So, there was a person in there that had been modified. We found out about it. We wanted to see if we could copy the powers. It's kind of our deal.
You know what, Thomas? I like you. Despite everything that's going on, I like you. So I'm tempted to let you live. But the problem is, well, while you might not have seen my face, you do know I'm after something. And I don't like the idea of you running off to your bosses and telling them that.
So,
You
Liam, do you
understand
think
some?
he's going to end up killing that guy or not?
Now's the time to place
Well-
your bets.
I would bet all the money in the wallet that's not mine. He's gonna at least be missing an appendage.
Just one?
Hey, people turn around at
I mean,
the oddest moments in their
you
life.
do know hindsight is 2020, and I'm getting a little hindsight here that maybe Aku wasn't the best to leave the prisoner with, but oh well. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay, so
We walked
here's
right
the
into that one, didn't we?
here's the deal, Thomas. I'm gonna let you live. I really am. And the reason I am is because I swear to all the gods, if anybody knows about me after this conversation, I am going to find you. I don't care that I don't know your real name. I am going to find you, and I'm going to cut things off of you alphabetically.
That's a weird way to start.
Isn't it though? So, Thomas, before you go, I do need you to do one thing. I'm going to need you to leave all of your clothes, and then you could go.
Really?
I'm afraid so.
Okay, this is gonna look really bad when I turn up somewhere. You know that, right?
I do. I realize that. But, Thomas, what I would recommend is that you find booze and pour it all over yourself and say you got drunk. That's believable.
Would you happen to have any booze?
I'm afraid you asked the wrong part of this group. But here's your card back. I'm sure there's a credit card or something in here. I'm looking at the wallet. Like, oh wait, he had $40, didn't he?
Yes.
Here you
Well,
go.
he did. I don't know if someone already got that or not.
Did anybody take his $40?
Nope.
On
Sorry.
him? No.
$40?
No.
What $40?
God damn you guys.
That sounds like a yes.
Okay, so I'm looking in the wallet. Well, Thomas, bad luck. You really should start carrying at least some cash in the event,
I mean,
you'll run into an
cash,
emergency.
card, at least an ID or something, that, so you can prove who you
So
are.
it's just an empty wallet. Did you even leave the wallet? It's a nice wallet.
Oh yeah, the wallet's there.
Yeah.
I just took
you
what I
left the-
took. I took the shit out of it, just dropped it on the ground, and walked away. You
Okay,
probably
so
use this.
I'm gonna reach in my I'm gonna find somehow. I probably have like $5. There you go. Yeah, that's fine.
Man,
So-
that's breakfast
So-
right there.
My story is I got drunk and took off all my clothes, and all I have.
Thomas, let's be clear. I don't
Is
care about your
a
story. I just need to
wallet-
make sure that you don't have anything that you're going to pull on me. And I also need to make sure you're at as much of a disadvantage as humanly possible. Let's not argue that there's any sense to what I'm doing. Just fuck you, Thomas.
Thought you liked me.
Just fuck you, Thomas.
You said you liked me.
Thomas, I do like you. That's why I'm letting you walk away with all your appendages. I know you don't know me very well, but I gotta tell you, this is probably the nicest I've ever treated somebody.
Wow, you're a terrible person.
You're not the first person to tell me that. All right.
So
Go on.
he starts undressing.
She just wants to see you get naked. That's all.
I gotta be honest, Thomas. I've definitely seen worse.
Thanks. All right, gonna bend over here and grab this wallet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Now I just need you to run down that street.
Run, not
Well-
walk.
Well, okay, you can walk, but I will walk fast
Run, bitch, run.
because this is not my main weapon.
Okay. So he looks around and he's like, "Any particular direction you prefer?"
Away is my preference.
Got it. So he bolts off into the woods, and he
Okay.
is fast.
All right. Points to the thighs. All right.
All right. So let's shoot over to the industrial park, where massive numbers of police vehicles, ambulances. There's like the standard police cruisers with the lights going. There's a few unmarked cars with the little like hidden lights that are currently going.
Yep.
There's a fire truck, but it doesn't seem to really be doing anything. It's just there. 911 sends everybody.
That's true.
So it is quite a scene, and presently it looks like the police are most concerned with securing the area. They're putting up tape. They are going to like the factories in the industrial park that are still operating. But
they're not doing a broader search yet.
They have not started doing a search outside of the industrial park. You don't know if they've called anybody and told them to like look for this vehicle or whatever. But the police that are here are not like going out anywhere, and you don't see any circling around.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm just going to keep an eye on them.
All right. So we shoot over to the trailer, and Lucas and Liam are hooking the trailer up, having a conversation about whether or not Aku's going to kill the guy. So you get the trailer hooked up, and what's the next step, folks? We all just getting back together, or?
Yeah,
Yes.
good idea. We need to go ahead and meet back up. We got $40. So I suppose we can at least go get some food somewhere or someplace. Maybe an internet cafe or something. I don't know. We got too many fucking hard drives. We can't do that. We'll leave that up to the hero. She knows what to do.
Yeah, I see no reason to make it complicated. We just go straight back.
How long of a drive was it?
We were in the RV.
We were quite a ways away though from the base of operations.
This was actually an on the way back stop. So I think you're still a few hours out.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Where we are hand waving gas in the van. I'm not going to make you spend your $40 gassing up the van. And I'm not going to make you roll for stolen gas or anything like that.
We'll just use the black card.
So, unless there's anything you all want to do before that, I'll say that you make it back to Cape City and back to the tunnels, the subway station.
All right.
Okay, I will be right back, guys.
Okay. So what's everybody doing once you return?
Well,
Liam's actually going to go out and about and kind of do a longer distance patrol to see if it looks like anything is looking for us in our area within probably a mile of the RV where we're parked out. And he'll probably do that every couple of hours to see if anything looks like it's certain to, follow us out this way, while they
Okay.
focus on taking care of business.
Make me an investigation. If you have it.
I do not. That is a 0, sir.
Okay. Give me a perception, but there's only so much you're going to get with that. Okay. You don't really see any significant signs that anyone has been like walking around, searching the area, anything like that. There are, very ordinary looking signs of activity in the general area, but it's not like you're way, way far away from civilization. There is a road, so people do drive on the road. It's not heavily traveled, but it is somewhat traveled. There are other people that have campsites around the area, and they come and go from their campsite, but to your eye, nothing about that seems out of place. There have always been people camped around that area.
Right.
So you don't really see any signs that anyone is. If anyone is tracking you, they're either pretty good at it or they're not close.
Take those.
Right, so anything else?
Lucas might patrol because there's nothing else he can do there with computers and stuff, so he might do some patrolling.
Okay.
Just, moseying down different dark alleys to make sure there's nothing.
So are you just doing visual patrol? Are you going to go talk to people?
No, it's just listening out and doing a visual patrol.
Okay. Make me a perception check.
Well, sure. I hit it. I guess it's just gotta wait for it to load. There it goes.
There we go. You see all the usual stuff. All the usual suspects are where you expect that they would be. There's nothing that looks like it's popped up in the area. There's no odd plumber van parked in an alley in the middle of the night or anything like that.
Okay. What about mundane crime like assaults, robberies, drug deals, that kind of thing?
Like I said, all the usual suspects are in the usual places. So the drug dealers that typically inhabit this corner, that corner, they're there, and they seem to be doing their regular business.
They have a regular place they got set up shop. They're not like moving around away from it, like a
Uh,
neighborhood with the watchdogs and all that shit.
Well, I mean, it's a fairly elaborate. Some of them, like some of it's just a guy on a corner, and then some of it is if you go into this area, there is someone on a bike or a motorcycle or in a car that goes and tells someone. There's someone that takes the money and tells you to go to this place and tell them this, and then they'll give you whatever you paid for, so that no one person has the money and the drugs and the guns and all that. Um, so
All right, I'm going to keep track of it just in case it's
Okay.
something that needs to be needed later.
Okay.
And if there's anybody being accosted or assaulted, I will. Lucas will step in and.
you don't see any tonight,
Okay.
which is, it's not uncommon. Cape City is not an incredibly
Some nights are
violent
quieter
place.
than others.
Some nights are quieter than others, and some nights, man, some people just kind of take it upon themselves to cause problems. But tonight doesn't really seem like one of those nights. It's a pretty calm night.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'll keep track of the comings and goings of the dealers and their stash houses and such. Then at least
Okay.
for future reference, in case we need to make a deposit or withdrawal.
Yeah. Keeney, is there anything you would like to do? You're muted, Robert.
Sorry. I don't see myself going out and like doing vigilante work yet, but I will go out just for a little bit, just kind of see what's going on the street.
Mhm.
But that's really about it. And then I'm going to come back and get a good night's sleep.
Do you have like persuasion or insight or anything like that?
Well, of course I do. Are they good? No.
Are they good? Yeah. Is there any kind of skill you would like to roll to see what you can come up with?
Actually, I'll do the insight. I actually have a number for that. So.
All right. It's not a high number.
No, and that's fine.
Why is it? Do you have a condition on or something? Because
Not that I see.
that's not adding the correct number.
It should just be a 3. I rolled a 6 and I added a 3.
I'm looking at the wrong one. Never mind. Okay. Okay. So you don't really pick up on anything. It is a quiet night, but those are not. I'm not going to say they're not rare, but they're not outside the realm of normality.
Gotcha. Yeah. After that, I'm just going to come back and it was a long day. So
It's been a long trip.
Yeah. So come back and just get a good night's sleep.
Okay. So back to Aku. So you've got information that you gathered from the network. You've got probably like 8 desktop towers. So I imagine you are in some way going to dig into those.
That seems pertinent.
Okay. So I'm going to. Where is my notebook? Okay.
Nope. I gotta go grab my bag too. Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Okay. I'm back. That's enough of that.
All right. So I'm going to ask you for 3 technology checks.
All right. 3.
And the number you are shooting for is 20. There are 3 major pieces of information to get, or 3 thresholds, 3 things to unlock.
Okay.
And depending on your degrees of success, you will get some or all or none of those.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. So you got 1.
Okay.
So, what you find essentially is like a manifest. Not manifest, not a good word. Okay. So apparently you got into the dickhead accountant's computer.
Okay.
And he keeps track of everybody's mileage on company vehicles.
Okay.
So, and basically they have addresses where people are supposed to be going to, and they have the mileage from here to there, from their office to that place, or from whatever other facility they're going from to the other facility and back, so that if that vehicle comes back with a bunch of extra miles on it, somebody's getting charged
Got it.
for the mileage. So what you actually get from that is address locations of about a dozen different facilities that are, if not all operated by Emery Hadrick, at least they are locations where they do a significant amount of business, for lack of a better term.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
I will freely share that information.
Okay. I am going to run my dog out. Then I am going to take me to the bathroom.
All right, well,
I think,
mean, we could take a quick 10-minute break right here if you guys
yeah,
want to.
I think now's the good time.
So don't go too far, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. And we are back.
Welcome back, folks. So what's our next move, folks? We got some information.
Okay, well, so am I correct in assuming that means that one of the drivers is going somewhere else?
There are a number of trips that have mileage but don't have a listed location.
Okay, so am I pretty easily able to figure out the mileage disparity?
Uh, I'm not sure what you mean by disparity.
Like how many miles off they are?
Well, they're just trips that don't have a listed address, a listed place they're going. So the mileage
Okay.
is just there, but it doesn't have a list of where it is they're going.
Okay.
The ones where there are frequent trips, repeated trips, they have an address, they have mileage. But there are some that they just have, like this was the mileage that was driven,
But it doesn't say where.
but it doesn't say where.
It says how far away it is, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so
If you want to dig further on that, I'll let you make another technology roll to follow up on that.
okay.
And the DC is going to be 25.
Oof.
So it's gonna be tricky,
All right, we'll see what
but
happens. Damn. All right, nothing.
yeah,
Okay.
you keep digging, but you can't really find any extra stuff about those other locations. I mean, you've got the ones where they make repeated trips, and you've got addresses, but it doesn't necessarily say what those addresses are. Um,
So the only way is to really physically go to the addresses and see.
I mean, you can look them up on Google Maps.
Well, I mean, yeah. But one more thing. Is there a discernible pattern? Like they go every Tuesday or something?
Yeah, some of them have like regular weekly, weekday visits. Some of them are, like after hours pickups. Some of them are this must be there by Tuesday 8:30 a.m. or whatever. Um, and it has like, delivery must be made by blah blah time for this location or whatever. This pickup must be done at this time, no earlier than this time, stuff like that. But the unlisted ones, they don't have any information like that.
Okay. I'm more concerned with the unlisted for now. But do I have address or like rough addresses or anything or locations?
For the unlisted ones,
Yeah.
no.
Fuck. Um.
And you don't necessarily know that this was like a single like go from here to here trip. It could have been like going several different places.
Sure. There's no consistency?
No. No, anything that's I mean, there's a couple that are like, this was done a couple of times. But
All right.
they don't
I think,
even they have dates.
okay, I think I'm gonna call everyone in and tell them what I found.
Okay.
What you got?
I mean, do I need to say it?
No.
No.
We will say info dump.
Yep.
List of locations for regularly visited locations by Emery Hadrick employees or vehicles.
So I did do the thing you said, and I've got like satellite images basically pulled up of the places we do know they're going to. Is there anything discernible from that?
All right, I'm good because again, it's several dozen locations.
Okay, never
I'm
mind.
going to ask you guys, what sort of thing would you be interested in visiting? Another Emery Hadrick location, named Emery Hadrick location. A place that looks like it might be a supplier. Um, uh, what are you looking for?
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
tell me what you want, and I'll tell you if it is or is not on the
The
list.
thing Liam would be concerned about is, can we, using the data we have, extrapolate out possible hotspots where there might be things that are not labeled on the map, things that they're trying to hide? Because you're saying that there's unmarked distances for gas. And this is not just like unmarked distances for gas for like, oh, we're gonna get you because you're using this for personal use. From what I understand, you were implying that there were
These were sanctioned
probably
trips.
sanctioned trips to places that are not known.
They don't want you
Right.
knowing where they're going.
Yeah,
Right, but it might not be one place. It could be multiple places.
right. And that's why I'm saying, are there, based off the information we have, ways to extrapolate out every time they start making a trip towards this direction, it veers off that way?
I tried that, but every time I go through, I get hit with a block. So I'm just not good enough to get through their security. So if we want to find that information out, I'm afraid we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Talk to
Right.
someone, follow them.
Or I mean, you could still use the data you have. You can create a hot map. You may not be able to say that this portion of hot is better than this portion of hot, but there should be areas that should not be worthy of looking at.
You don't understand. This is all stuff I was able to figure out from an accountant's spreadsheet. If I had access to GPS information, we'd be having a different conversation. All we have is distances and addresses, and they log the addresses because they're known locations. But the ones they don't log are also known locations, but they cannot have a paper trail. If we want to figure out where we're going or where they're actually going, the only way to do it would be to watch the facility and follow the trucks.
Well, we could also extrapolate out distances from the origin point of the trip and back and forth and say, okay, if just by chance they went straight there and came right back, then that mile radius around the center point, we likely have what we're looking for. So we can at least give ourselves a radius in which to search the entire circle rather than go any further out from where we were at the facility.
Yeah, but it
We're
might be
talking
easier
a
just to
massive
watch.
radius.
It could be massive. Let's find out. Look at the data. Is it massive?
The longer trips are logging around 400 miles.
Jesus. Yeah, never mind.
Look, we got to go old school detective on this.
Yeah.
Well, then let's go to the first address we know their start point is, and go from there. Oh, by the way, didn't you say something about the fella that you chopped up and left in the ditch? Said something about a specimen they were trying to locate the location.
Oh yeah, Thomas. I got a specimen number from him, but unfortunately, that's not really information we can move on until we know what the number means, where it's located. Like,
But
As far as I can tell, there was a successful trial, or a successful enough trial that they want to try and replicate it.
but as far as they knew, it was there at that location.
Yeah.
While Kenny was watching, did you see them bring out anybody that we didn't recognize?
No, no. And I mean, I went through
Alright.
that building. There was no lab.
More importantly, they got
You went downstairs, and there was a door that you did not go through because it was locked.
I know. That's true. Yeah, there was a door I didn't go through. There might be a lab down there, but I had no way of getting through it.
well, those guys weren't supposed to be there either, so they were operating on some inside knowledge. So I guess if they got it, there's no reason we couldn't. But that would mean going back, and it's a little too hot to go back right now.
No,
Especially
not
Oh,
right
yeah.
when you've got half the damn lab here in this subway right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't meaning right now. I just was trying to, see if we'd actually seen anybody.
Well, I think we might have burned that bridge, because if I were them, I would move specimen, whatever, 2197 or whatever, to a different location.
Yeah, but they
Probably
want to
is.
wait till the
Probably.
cops stopped.
Yeah. I wish we could continue with that particular well, but I have a feeling it's dry.
Well, what about where Thomas, your friend, came from?
As far as I can tell, it was just a rival organization, which means we probably have like 2 other options. It doesn't necessarily matter where he came from. All he wanted was to get the information for his bosses. And to be honest, we already knew they were involved in some sort of menage a trois, like corporate espionage.
Okay.
So I think our next move is just act on the action, or on the information we have, and
Okay.
we should definitely keep what he said in mind, but we should remember that he's just the enemy. Same with all of them.
Well, yeah.
So one thing we could do is, because we do have an origin point for the trucks, it's something.
Mhm.
We could get. If you give me a few days, I might be able to build some trackers, or if because you guys are a little more, let's just say, fit than I am to follow like speeding vehicles, we could just do that the old-fashioned way. I'll stay here and act as a command post.
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't outrun one of these trucks, but you guys definitely could.
Let's pick the first address and go scope it out then.
Okay.
All right, cool. I am going to, until I've built some actual trackers, I'm basically not going to be able to do much of anything. So I'll let them take lead on the actual, scouting, and I'm going to see if I can't use my inventor skill to build a few vehicle trackers with the time I have.
Okay. So let me real quick look up, because I never remember. All right. So what is your technology skill?
11.
11. All right. Let me check that again. Okay. Okay, so I will let you cobble together um, 5 of the basic, like, these are the equipment level trackers
Okay, cool.
in
'Cause I think I
5
have
hours.
one on me.
Yeah, you can make I'll say you can make 5 of them in 5 hours.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so I'll go ahead and spend the day working on that, and they
Okay.
can see if they can't follow one of the trucks to a unmarked destination.
All right. So are all 3 of you going?
I think the three of us, since we can move fairly quickly,
Mm-hmm.
is probably a good idea.
Okay.
Yep,
I see
sounds
no
good.
reason not to.
So what is everybody's, like, speed where you can follow something and still be invisible? Because I imagine you don't want to be running around as a dinosaur or a werewolf or
Right.
whatever.
Well, since I have hide in plain sight, my movement penalty, I can move at my normal rate without penalty.
Okay.
So,
Same for me.
and then that also has my camouflage. So hold on.
But your camouflage says you have to move at half speed, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, see, that's what I don't know about how it interacts with hide in plain sight.
Well, you're
Actually,
not hiding, you're being invisible.
okay,
It's hard to hide when you're sprinting down the freeway.
gotcha.
For ours, since we're using concealment, we can move at our base speed no faster. If we move any faster, we
Un-
can't maintain it.
unless you have a limiter that says you have to move slower than your speed.
Yep.
Because some people have blending and it says you have to move at half speed.
Right.
So if you have that, you can only move at half your movement speed. So
Oh, actually, concealment only functions as long as you move no faster than your ground speed -1.
which is half your regular
Oh,
movement
okay,
speed, because
okay.
it's usually about half.
Okay, so roughly how fast can you guys move without being caught?
Well, if I'm sticking with him, it's 250 feet around.
What's that in miles per hour?
Huh. Give me a second to bring it
I
up.
I can go 60 miles an hour.
Yep.
Excuse me, half speed, 30 miles.
Yep.
I think that's enough.
For
No, wait.
for like an in-town trip, that's probably enough. But
Right.
if it's a 400-mile round trip, they're probably going to get up above 30 miles an hour.
Okay, but
Yeah.
what I mean is we can start marking places off on like a map. Like they went here, and then if they start to go out of town, we'll know we'll have to actually put a tracker on them.
Okay.
Also, if they start going faster, I can switch to my flying form, and that is 200. I don't have to worry about.
You froze.
Okay. I thought it was me for a second.
Yep, still frozen. There he is.
Robert, you kind of froze in the middle of that.
So
you were
sorry. I can always go into my flying form,
Mhm.
and that gives me 250 miles an hour.
That's plenty fast enough, but is
Well-
it visible?
No. The cut to throttle is not invisible.
Okay.
I would just have to be flying at a higher altitude to hopefully evade their notice. Of course, though, I'm sure somebody would notice a giant flying lizard with feathers.
Well,
I almost hope so.
Possibly.
I doubt if I did, I probably wouldn't tell anybody.
Right, because who's going to believe you?
So reading that the way you read it about the whole blending in with one minus one rank to your speed, my speed's a 5, so it'd be I could do it at a speed of 4 then, right? With
Yeah.
blending, which at 5 is like 60 miles an hour. So 4, I don't know what 4 is.
4 would be about 30.
30.
I think
Big
that's
jump.
where most people are as far as ground speed.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay.
So you guys can run around town and check out all these locations without having to follow a truck.
Right.
Like if you
Right.
know these are the addresses where they're going.
Right.
Okay, but whenever somebody's going somewhere we don't know, that's when we need to follow them all the more. So,
Yeah.
in which case, 5 hours. I think I'll just let them know when the trackers are done, and they can place them for me.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. The trackers go off without a hitch because you'd have to, like, even a 1 would be enough for you to succeed, and it's not interesting to roll, so I'm not gonna bother.
Got it.
So what I'm going to say, or what I'm going to ask is, are you all going together to put these trackers on the vehicles, or are you going separately to put the trackers on the vehicles?
How spread out are we thinking?
Mm,
Maybe it would
Well,
be.
they're all coming from the same location. All the data you have is coming from the same location.
Alright, so we're going to go to the same location initially, and whenever a truck leaves, we'll tag it. In case there is an issue where at least 3 of us are there in the same spot, right?
right. What I would like to do is stay here and like track them all individually, because it's going to be harder for me to track them on like a phone than it is on a computer.
Patrick, I'm
Alright.
going to give you a hero point and encourage you to go with them.
I'll take it. I'll actually bring the bike this time.
Not a bad move.
Although, yeah, you're gonna have to give me the hero point. Okay. Although, I don't. How late or how early in the day do we have to do this?
Okay, so all the data you have is coming from the accountant at the place in Chesapeake, the office building where you were.
So it's what, like a 9 to 5?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the comings and goings can happen off hours or outside of normal working hours, but because there are after hours pickups and deliveries. Because this is an industrial park, it's not abnormal for trucks to come in and out at all hours of the night.
Well, if we're voting, I definitely prefer to go at night.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, but we need to make sure we get enough. Make sure the time matches up with what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's the pain in the ass part. We don't actually know what time these trips go out, because all I have is money, basically. I mean, wait, no, I don't have arrival times on there.
Uh, yes, you do.
Okay, cool.
It's like left at this time, traveled this far, arrived at this time, because they also want to know people aren't pulling over and taking naps on company time.
Right, exactly. All right, so that seems like a valuable piece of information. All right, so we definitely should coordinate when the trucks are most active. So around what time would that be?
Uh, most active, most common exit times are between 9 and 10 and between 1:30 and 2:30.
PM.
9 to 10 a.m., 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. are the most common.
Okay.
But there are regularly outgoing logs that start between 8 and 9 p.m. And there are incoming logs that are about 10:30 to midnight. They're not nearly as frequent, but they are, they do happen.
All right. Well, this is my underworld brain talking, but if I were doing some shady shit, I would do it at night.
Do you
Well,
happen
you
to
are the
have
professional.
expertise streetwise?
I do.
Yeah, roll that.
Like I said, you are the professional, so we'll take your cue.
God damn it.
He's shining with professional in there.
Professional implies you get paid.
Okay.
So 28. Yeah, hell yeah, you do shady shit at night, and you don't bring that shit through the main office in the middle of the day. Ridiculous.
This is my best fucking roll of the night.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're definitely going to be targeting the graveyard shift.
Okay. So you hop in the van and you make the trip back to Chesapeake, go to the industrial park. There is something that stands out that is different now. All the police tape is gone. I assume it's been a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like everything is pretty much back to normal, except parked in the front row of parking spaces in front of the doors of the building, so you cannot see the doors of the building from the outside, is it looks like a fairly sizable RV. No windows. I mean, other than the front windows. But like no back windows or anything like that. It's not black, it's dark blue. And it has a bunch of like mini satellite dishes on top.
Okay, so I have. Do I still have it? Oh damn! It's on my screen. I gotta boot up my laptop and get my damn Hero Lab fucking on this new
What are you
computer.
looking for?
I had a directional mic, I thought. But I'm not seeing it. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go off of what I have here. So, I've got binoculars, concealable microphone, GPS receiver, multi-tool, targeting scope.
Multi-pool.
Okay.
Multipass.
Yeah, I got nothing. But I do want everybody to be aware of this horrible thing potentially. If I don't suppose Kenny could infiltrate.
Yeah.
See what's going on there, because I swear to God, if a fucking superhero SWAT team pops out of there, we're straight up fucked.
So I have no problem with doing that. Keeney will sneak in or get as close as he can, and then become a cockroach swarm and go in.
All right. So there are air vents where they're bringing in outside air. So you can climb in through the air vents and get into the ventilation system. It's much tighter than the building was, because it is, an RV and not a building. But you get in, you move around, and there are several people who appear to be working on computers, typing away, tracking, watching screens that look like, I don't know, it really doesn't look like anything. It's just a bunch of like little dots and symbols kind of moving this way and that way, and there's lines that look like this is the way this is going. This is the way this one is going. And it just kind of like tracks very slowly across these screens. There are people that are talking on it looks like a landline phone, but there's that it's not hooked up to a landline, but it's a desktop style phone. And you very clearly like when they receive a call, they say this is agent, whatever, a number on a secure line. Who is this? Are you on a secure line?
Okay.
So probably some kind of secure communications going on from this location. Watching a bunch of stuff. There is a police scanner that seems to be picking up local police communications. And while these folks do not look like they're geared up like the security people were inside, there is a I won't even say like a weapons locker. There is a place where there are a couple of pistols and a shotgun, like secured to the wall.
Okay. So I'll come back out.
Okay.
And I'll go back over to where everyone is, and explain. I'm gonna just info dump. If you want me to, I think I could probably, basically distract them.
Sounds like
Is
they're
that-
already pretty distracted with whatever they're monitoring.
Right. And
Yeah.
if you get caught, what are we supposed to do?
True.
Well, okay. But so you think we can still go on and get these trackers onto the trucks?
I'm worried they're tracking the trucks.
Oh, they probably are tracking the trucks.
This thing is not inconspicuous at all, is it?
Oh no, it is super conspicuous. It is literally parked right in front of the building across like 8 parking spaces.
It's like the Ghostbuster car meets the mystery van.
It's like a SWAT command center.
Yeah, something like that.
What is going on? Well, unfortunately, we don't have any other plan than our original one, so. And I don't really know how we would adapt to this new information because we don't know what they're tracking, not actually.
Can you get some sort of device close enough to hack into their system to register exactly what they're doing?
Based on what I was previously trying, my guess is their security is too good. I mean, I'm a weekend hacker. These guys are pros.
I thought you were the pro. Okay.
Oh, you thought I was the pro. I've been saying this whole time that I'm not. Okay. Let's keep going with the plan. If we run into these guys, though, we might need to be ready for a fight.
All right, give me just a second. I'm going to drop something in the Discord to give maybe like a visual representation.
I don't have Discord open. Shit.
Yeah, I had to open it specifically for this.
Yeah, looks like a SWAT mobile command.
Yeah, except it's dark blue and it doesn't have the window in the back. And there's more satellite dishes.
One part's right next to it with even more satellite dishes. Like, Jesus, I don't know if they're trying to mate or if it's intimidation.
Yes.
Now, I may have missed it. Did you say there's any markings on it? Or just
There are no markings on it. It's just, oh, that's nice. I'm going to post this one. This one looks better. I found the website of a company that actually makes these things, so.
He's having a whole moment. Jesus.
Yeah.
And it says Piggly Wiggly on the outside.
Yes.
How many trackers do you say you have? You have 5?
There.
Hey, there we go. Yeah, I got 5.
So you're going to try to sneak in and tag vehicles?
Can we... Should we tag them when
Yes.
they leave, or do we want to tag them before they even leave the dock?
We want to tag them before they leave, for real.
Alright. Well, I don't think roaches can carry trackers.
No.
Which technically would be the best way to, track, is just have you crawl in them and stay there.
Yeah.
Really,
I mean,
all
I
I
could
can
easily
do-
do that.
All I can do is try stealth.
Yeah, I can stealth it myself.
Well, like, 3 out of the 4 of you can go essentially invisible, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Well, there's one person that actually needs to roll stealth. Everybody else is invisible as long as they don't move more than 30 miles an hour.
Oh,
Mhm.
fucking hell. Okay, what? Fine.
Like 30 miles an hour across the parking lot. Put it on
Everybody,
there. 30 miles an hour back.
everybody, watch out! Here comes the regular ass human.
I mean, you got that old fancy zipline thing.
That was a power stomp. Alright, that's 25 stealth. That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Let's see.
It's so fucking hot.
It's a little warm.
Ah, Jesus.
Is your air conditioner out?
No, it's working just fine. It just doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, we were over 96 today.
In some places, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
And my air conditioner doesn't work. It blew out last week for some reason.
Oof.
Ooh, fuck.
So I'm sitting in front of
I
an Omni Breeze
I
fan.
kept- I kept ours going until I think it was last year, and it finally had an error that no one could fix. The compressor finally died. So
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna have to get somebody.
it was nearly 40 years old. So
I have no idea how old this one is.
Well, it had a good long life.
it did.
The tragedy is you are not going to find a better one.
That is also true. That's why I kept it going for as long as I did. It was the best air compressor Whirlpool had ever made.
Yep.
And it was the last one they ever made.
Yeah,
Or Train bought them.
my AC was from 1986, and it was rocking. And they said, yeah, we could get you another one. It might last about 5 years. I was like, fuck you too.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So you're hanging out by the docks, just waiting for trucks to roll in and roll out. And they do. There's a truck rolls in about 10 o'clock. And it backs up to the loading dock, and two people go in. They come out with a hand truck with a probably 7-foot long, 3 feet in diameter cylinder that appears to be made of metal. There is a panel with several flashing lights on the side of it.
Yep.
And they roll it onto the truck. They spend a significant amount of time securing it. They hop out, close and lock the door, head up to the cab, get in.
Yep. Slip a tracker on the back bumper of that thing up underneath,
Alright.
so it doesn't like slide off or something.
You find a good place to make metallic contact with the magnet that's on the back of the tracker. And away it goes.
Yep. I would have much rather gotten it on the cylinder, but I guess the truck will have to do.
I would let you make a roll, but there are people around this cylinder pretty much the entire time.
Yeah, hence why I'm not going to take the chance.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't want to take the chance and screw up the plan for everybody else.
Yeah. Because the only other option would be for me to like jump in to the van, but
Right.
I mean, as a cockroach. But a swarm of cockroaches. But that might be too apparent too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could jump on the side of the truck and ride it, all of you.
That's true.
I mean, you could go inside the panel van and hide inside the door panels as a.
You
swarm
could
of cockroaches.
crawl from the inside of the vehicle into the glove compartment and hang
That's
out
true.
inside.
I mean, I could be
Box
all over that inside.
Packed full of roaches.
It would
Well,
be
that's gotta be
funny.
the worst. Like, I'm just gonna tuck this right in the old glove box. Roaches.
What's going on,
I-
man?
It would
Close the fucking door.
Get
'cause
me to
the
bail
minute
out of
I
a
opened that
car.
glove box, I would have passed out, and that would have been it.
I
It
would
would
have
give them
jumped.
ample reason to suddenly pull over in the middle of nowhere if that did happen. And two, allow us to then engage with the vehicle when it's not near a facility.
Well, okay,
Is
fine.
Or-
I
now the plan?
while they're
you
filling
would
stuff
then
up.
be
Well-
in the vehicle as they drive into the facility where we need them to go, and you're already inside.
Yep, but the
Okay.
plan was made prior to
Yeah.
this, so we're still have to kind of stick
Yeah,
with the plan
so-
we made.
For
We're
a hero
putting
threat,
trackers
you
on
can
things.
change the plan.
Well, okay, the truth is, the reason I was thinking about this is having this casket-sized thing and knowing that there is a human specimen that they're concerned about, I was thinking of just jumping into the van. So, I'm going to go on and go with that plan. And when they are putting it in, the driver, did he leave the driver's side door open?
No.
Okay.
You're invisible and you can run 30 miles an hour.
Yeah,
The
I know.
time it takes them to lower the door.
I'm going to get in.
Okay. Is anybody else getting in?
Hell no.
I'm a little too big to be hiding inside a van.
I'll
It's
just
like a
follow you
panel
like-
van.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, 7 foot tall tube, and a hairy dude in there.
Well, it's like a U-Haul truck.
Oh, okay. So there's not like the front seats are actually accessible from the.
No, like it's a box truck. That's what I meant to say. Box
got,
truck.
Got an granny attic.
No.
Okay, so no attic above the driver's side driver
No.
panel. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, I guess I could get in there and like blend in with the background and hide. Is that the only thing in there?
You won't know until you get in.
All right.
I can't believe they're doing this.
Yeah, I'll crawl in and hide.
Okay, so that's 2.
I will still put the tracker underneath the bumper, but I'll crawl in and hide.
Sure. Okay.
I will not join on the inside. I will remain outside.
But are you gonna get on the truck outside?
How many trucks are there?
There's a
Currently
certain amount
there's
of
one truck.
weight that can go onto this truck before they start realizing that something's not right. In my current form,
Well,
to
there's
be able to
different
be
trucks,
hidden,
so
Okay, so you guys got that one handled, so I'll leave that to you. I'll wait for the next one.
I will
Okay.
get on the truck with Aku.
Okay.
Well, I'm not getting on a truck. Are you insane? I'm going to follow it on the motorcycle.
Okay, then I get to stick with my original plan. I will be following in stealth just like Aku.
Okay.
On the
So Aku, are you going to go and get on your motorcycle now, or are you waiting for an additional truck?
I'm waiting for the next truck because I'm going to have to put a tracker on it.
Bang.
So 3 of the 4 of you, 2 inside the truck, 1 following the truck. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This truck proceeds to take off, and it goes and it gets on the highway, starts to speed up. Liam, are you running behind the truck, or are you connected to the truck somehow? Like, are you hanging on to the truck?
My original intent was to try to be behind the truck and be in stealth until things get up to speed. I guess if we're going to get to the point where we're all the way up to speed, Liam looks to Aku and says, so there's going to come a point where I can't keep up. That's where I'm going to start to...
Aku stayed at the building.
Okay, so yeah, you can call me.
If I can't keep up, I'm gonna give you a holler. You can pick me up on the motorcycle, and we're gonna follow.
I've got it tracked, so I don't know why we're following it in the first place. But yeah, that'll be fine.
Just in case something stupid happens, at least we'll be closer than being here.
We do have a history of stupid things happening to us, so sure.
Yes.
And while I'm in this van, I'm looking over this thing. Is there like a glass port or anything that looks into it?
There is not. This one appears to be not solid, but it's not. It does not have a visual access. There is like a series of like ports where it looks like you could plug something in. But this one does not have a window.
Okay. I mean, is it cold? Is this like a cryogenic tank or?
It does feel cold to the touch, yes.
Okay. And then there are buttons and things on the outside.
There is a panel that has like a series of lights, but it doesn't have any buttons or anything. It just has
Okay.
those ports where you looks like you plug something in.
Okay. So, am I impulsive enough?
You can always roll a will check.
I think I will. I'm curious.
You decide what the DC is, whether you're doing it or not, but you can always roll.
I'll give myself, just what would be an average difficulty then?
10.
10?
10, 12, something like that.
Okay. Well, I'll go with 12 and let's see what happens.
Yeah, you got an 18.
Okay, so I don't immediately just rip this thing open. So I'll just, I'll stay and kind of look, keep an eye on it, and see what's going on. Or just kind of keep an eye on it. Sorry.
All right. Like the lights on the panel, like they're all showing green lights.
Yes.
But as you examined it, you see that there are other lights which you imagine are yellow and red.
Okay.
But there's like 5 lights, and it doesn't have anything listed as far as like what those lights mean. They're not like labeled or anything, but there are 5 lights in like a vertical line, like 3 3 columns of lights.
Mm-hmm.
In vertical rows. Green is on the right, and then there's middle and left, which you imagine is yellow and red.
Okay.
But it does not have a label on them what those indicate.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, since I'm not going to go for my full out, just, let's rip this open. I'm not going to mess with it right yet.
Okay.
So, of course, though, if we get to the next place, then might not ever get a chance again. So he's debating with himself.
You can always wait till,
Yeah.
you stop.
Exactly. So, I will do that.
All right. Lucas, what are you doing on the trip?
I'm just gonna stay. You already said there's no way to look inside the container. I don't need to be opening it up, so just gonna try to stay in a position where I won't be seen when it stops and opens up.
I would like for both of you that are in the truck to make me a perception check.
Okay.
All right. We at 29 for Lucas.
Nice. You both notice, it's not difficult to notice, that This is setting in a base that seems to be purpose built for these cylinders.
The cylinder looks somewhat familiar, somewhat close to like the ones we've seen before.
I mean, it's long and cylindrical.
Just not made of glass, so.
Somewhat. There's no glass window on it. You don't recall yours having these red, yellow, green lights on it, but yours were all like
Also a different
stationary and hooked up to a bunch of computers externally.
Yeah, it was also a different company, so. Right? Different company?
Same company, different facility.
Oh, okay.
Also, this seems to be made for transport, whereas yours seem to be like intentionally stationary.
Alright.
All right, so Liam, it is not long before this gets too fast for you to keep up with.
Mm-hmm.
What is the next move?
The next move, I will dial Aku
Mm.
and say, I'm gonna need a pickup. I'm at mile marker this. I'll be hanging out right by the sign.
All right, I got you. Just let me tag this next truck, and then I'll meet you over there.
And I hang up.
All right.
Wait for him.
So how long are you willing to wait for the next truck?
10 minutes.
Okay. So right at 10 minutes, another truck pulls in.
Cool.
It backs up to the loading dock. Do you tag it and go, or
Yep.
do you tag it and go?
Yep.
Okay. So all right, you head out. You grab your motorcycle, head over, pick Liam up, and you start following the tracker to the next location.
Yep.
So, those of you on the truck, you ride for a while, an indeterminate amount of time. You feel the truck slow down. It makes a turn. It starts backing in somewhere. Stops. You hear the engine stop. Doors open and close. You hear someone rattling the lock. So, what are you going to do when they open the door?
And then you're in here with me, right?
Yes, but I can't do the bug thing like you do.
Right.
But I can still blend in the
Well,
corner.
I'm actually not bugged right now. I'm not in a bug form right now. I want to see who opens it first, and then I'll probably rip the lid off this thing and hit them.
Okay. So they roll the door up, and it's just a couple of guys in like coverall uniforms. They have a little like name tag and logo on their uniform. and you can see that you are backed into a brightly lit bay,
Huh?
and like it doesn't look like a typical loading dock. It's very, very bright and well lit, and the doors are glass. It's
Hmm.
like a tile floor, and there's like plants inside. You don't know if they're fake or not, but there's plants inside. But there are like big double doors.
Okay. Um. Well, you know what? I'm just going to prepare to follow them.
Okay. So they pull out the ramp and put it onto the dock because they didn't. It doesn't seem to back up far enough, and they come in to the truck. They get their dolly and they start strapping the cylinder to it. They pull a release lever to unsecure it from the floor, and they start walking it in the building.
Okay.
There is one person that is walking it in, and there's one person that seems to be waiting by the truck.
Okay. I'm following the person going in.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, Lucas, are you following the person that's going in, or are you staying by the truck? Staying in the truck?
I won't stay in the truck, but I will stay by the truck, or at least find some place to perch and hide outside the truck near the docks.
Okay.
I'm sure I wouldn't have noticed Kenny going in.
No, because you're both invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so Keeney, you follow him in the building. He walks up and he has a little one of those ID cards on the retractable string, and he pulls it out and scans it on the pad, and the double doors open up, and he walks the cylinder in. Um, I assume you follow.
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay. So he takes it to a like a freight elevator, and he again scans the badge, and it wait for the elevator to show up. It comes. He wheels it on. Are you going in the elevator with him?
Yep.
Okay. Uh, so he hits a number, and then the elevator says, "Enter passcode." And there's a keypad that he punches in a number, um, and it starts taking you down.
Okay.
And it goes down a few floors and opens up, and he wheels the cylinder out, and he takes it into a room where there are several other people kind of working around, and uh, they're wearing like lab coats.
Okay.
And they have a like a brief exchange, like, okay, hey, what do you got? And he hands them a clipboard. And he's like, delivery, and
DiGiorno.
dude takes it, looks at it, signs it, hands the clipboard back. Dude's like, you got my pen. And he gives the pen back. He says, okay, take it over there, and set it up. So he wheels it over into like a little nook. It has little like walls that come out about halfway around it. Um, and he takes it over there and he puts it in, and it has a very similar like base that he puts it on to the one
Okay.
that was in the truck. Um, and he starts attaching cords that are extending from the wall. He starts
Okay.
attaching them, and then he goes over to what looks like a computer terminal, and he hits a few buttons, and information starts scrolling up. And he turns
I'm
and
gonna
says,
just look at it.
"Okay." It's a bunch of numbers. If you want to try to memorize anything, you can make an intellect check.
I mean, if there's no text, I'm not trying to memorize numbers.
There's an occasional word, but I'm not going to make up a bunch of stuff about it.
Okay. No, don't worry. Don't worry.
But it scrolls some information that seems to indicate that everything is in operating order.
Okay. Now, from this screen in terminal, is there anything that says open? Or let me put it this way. I am going to. Well, hold on. I'm going to be looking around, and I'm going to spend a hero point that there will be something, but kind of an emergency release. You know, like there's an emergency and it opens everything. Or even if it's just this one, that's fine.
Well, I'll say this. As he is finishing the setup, it pops up like secure open diagnostics.
Okay, before he does anything, I'm hitting open.
Okay.
And I gave you the hero point.
All right. I don't see it, but I don't see it on you, so...
Oh, it's up by 13.
By 13.
I'm on the...
I'm on the wrong page. Okay.
Okay.
That explains so many things. All right.
Yeah, so...
All right.
You see, I'm one of the problems that Aku talked to Thomas about.
Fair. So, you hit open and immediately, like, steam, vapor, something starts venting out a bunch of holes. And the guy I handed the clipboard to says, "What did you do?" He's like, "I didn't do anything. I did the setup and it just opened. It just started opening. I didn't hit it. I didn't hit anything yet." And he's like, "You got to get out of here now." And he's like, "All right."
Yeah, you fucked up. Get the hell out of here.
He leaves. Are you following him or are you staying?
I'm staying. I want to see what happens.
Okay.
He wants to witness the chaos he just started.
Exactly.
So,
and since there's steam, I could easily turn into a cockroach form right now, but I'll stay invisible.
You do notice that the steam, vapor, whatever coming out of it is very cold.
Okay.
And like part of it recesses a little bit and then turns, like it turns internally, like a pocket door.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a naked man in there.
Okay. And I don't recognize him from any of the people we've known.
You do. This looks like your friend Leo.
Ah, okay.
Who told you a great deal of information, while also maintaining his position as not your friend, and but fairly free with information. Didn't really care.
Yeah.
But it looks very much like him. The hair.
Okay.
And the lab coat is like, all right, we got to get him chilled back down. We
Okay.
got to make sure he doesn't wake up.
Okay. At that point, I think the computer screen is about to be broken.
Okay.
Yep. In fact, it is. Oh,
Oh, okay.
shoot! It got broken.
Look at that. So I believe your concealment is also passive.
Yeah.
Okay. So that will make you visible now.
Right. And
What
so
do you look like?
I'm a raptor right this second, and so I just
Cool.
basically bit the computer.
Alrighty
So
And
there's a
I
lot
jump
of
up on the
screaming.
computer and look down at him.
There's a lot of screaming. The main lab coat, the one that's been the one that he handed the clipboard to, the one that has been yelling at him. He just starts backing up. He's keeping his eyes on you, but he's backing up. And like everybody else is running for the doors, but he's not running. But he is not trying to stay close.
Oh yeah, I can jump really far.
So are you going to take this guy out?
Oh yeah. He's
Okay.
getting taken out.
Okay. He is
I'm sure
just
Kenny's
a scientist.
behaving himself in there.
Huh?
I said, I'm sure Kenny's behaving himself in there.
Yeah,
Probably.
of
I
course
mean,
he
wherever
is.
he went,
Yeah,
who
wherever he-
knows?
Yeah, I haven't a clue, but he's not out here with me, so yeah, I'm sure he's behaving himself wherever that
Okay.
he's at.
So while you're standing there, the guy comes out, and he's like, you know how people like shit talk when no one's around? He is just going off like, these motherfuckers, they don't know what, their shit's all broken, they're blaming me for it. This ain't my fault. So he comes out and he's jawing, and he goes like, all right, man, lock it up, let's go. And they start putting the ramp back up in the truck. They start closing the door. What are you gonna do?
I mean, I'm just gonna let him go.
Okay.
I will have, while they were gone, retrieve the tracker.
All right.
As long as I have it with me and I'm here at location, then they'll know where it's at.
Yeah. So, all right. And then Aku and Liam are headed this way.
Ish.
Aku, make me a vehicles check. It took you a bit to get to where everybody was. Let's see how fast you can push it and
I'll be right back.
see how quickly you can get there. You were driving at slightly above safe speed.
Works.
All right. Keeney, I'm not
Yep.
going to make you roll anything to take this scientist out.
Okay.
You pounce on him and he's done.
Okay.
So everybody else took off. This guy's down. And you have naked sleeping Leo in a tube.
Okay. I will turn into a lizard person at that point, my sleep stack form,
Mm-hmm.
and grab Leo and start moving.
All right.
Are there other of these canisters?
Not that you can see from where you are now, but there are multiple doors that go off this room.
Okay. I'm just going to grab Leo and try to get him out of here.
All right.
I mean, he may not have been a friend, but he was free with information, and I really hate these people kidnapping. So,
Right. So you carry him to the door where everybody else ran out, and you hit the bar to go out,
Mhm.
and it's locked.
Okay. Let's see. You know, he's on my back, so I am changing forms yet again. It's kind of like I am not hiding anymore. I'm tired of these people. So I change forms into an ankylosaurus, which is a huge thing, and
Yeah.
I am going to do a
Big club
dino
tail.
ram against the door.
Nice.
Have the alarms gone off yet?
No, you don't hear any alarms, but about this time you see a bunch of people start running down the hallway. So
God damn it, Kenny.
Anki smashes the door, and lumbers down the hallway to the elevator. Which, if you remember, required a key card and a passcode.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, shoot, I should have grabbed it off that guy. But the truth is, there's usually a wire that's holding up the elevator. So,
Absolutely, yeah.
going back to Lizard Man form, I'll just carry Leo up the wire and
All right.
open the door on the next level.
Cool. Make me an athletics check.
Okay,
your
oh, not acrobatic.
Yeah, athletics.
Okay.
Because you are carrying a dude up a cable.
Yeah. Athletics is not my big one.
Yeah. Like, now, is that the Lizard Man form? Because isn't Lizard Man
Take
stronger?
that back. That is Enie's form. Let me open Lizard Man form. No, actually, they have the same athletic skill.
So it a bit, and you are absolutely, like, covered with that lubricant grease that's on the cables.
Mm-hmm.
But you and Leo make it to the next floor up, and head down the hallway toward the door. Now,
Okay.
Lucas,
Yes.
as you saw all the people running, screaming out of the building, as you saw the truck pulling away out of the parking lot, what was your thoughts?
Well, when I saw the van leaving, I was like, all right, well, they did their job. As soon as everybody else was running, I was like, the fuck, Kenny? So, first things first, I'm going to have to get us some wheels. I don't know what he's done in there, but I know we're going to have to get out of here. So, is there anything that looks like it's fast?
Sure, yeah. There is a car that looks fast.
All right, is there a person running towards that car?
For Hero Point, there is.
What was that?
For a Hero Point, there is.
Sure, I'll give you my hero point for that. I will tackle the guy hard enough to maybe, knock him out but not kill him. Snatch his keys
All right.
and get the car in position by the dock. And I guess we have communicators, right?
Yeah.
Radio.
I don't know if Kenny would have taken it in there.
What?
Communicator.
No, probably not, because I've been changing forms so much.
Yeah. But you see Kenny running down the hall with a naked guy over his shoulder.
Yep. Figures.
You can't tell who it is because the wrong end is towards you.
I will. Has this got a back seat?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just open the door for the back seat so I can throw the person in there. I'm sure there's a reason.
Okay, and I see you.
Yeah,
Are you visible now?
I'm currently visible. Standing next
Okay.
to, I don't know what kind of vehicle, but yeah, at the
All right.
docks.
So yes.
So,
I will throw him and Leo into the car, and then get into the passenger seat.
So, as you are hurling a naked man into the back seat of a stolen car, Aku and Liam pull up.
Mommy and Daddy are here.
So, what's the conversation here?
The lizard person just says, it turned into a jailbreak.
I mean, we were not. I'm
How
not
come
gonna, we'll
every
discuss this
time-
later. And I just peel out of the parking lot, and I just wave as I drive by.
All right, I'm following, because what else can I do?
I really am starting to hate these lab guys.
Well,
So-
that is the idea.
Who's the naked guy in the back seat?
Do you remember Leo?
Leo. Refresh my memory. Is it
Uh,
Leo off of 3rd Street that always had the tacos?
No. He was. If I remember, he was the guy that we talked to after the flower shop had gotten attacked.
Oh, the guy that was real helpful with all the information and such.
Right. But I mean, I just couldn't leave him in there.
Also, totally the guy that murdered all the people at the flower shop. Just to
Yeah.
refresh.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
So, why did we bring him with us?
Well, I mean, I just couldn't leave him there. I mean, they were going to experiment on him.
He probably
I
signed.
still have trauma about people with lab coats. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably signed up for that, but
Oh well, I don't know.
it doesn't matter. I mean, what's done is done. As I'm
Yeah,
like
they were
fucking
very upset
whipping
that
in and
he
out
was
of
getting
traffic.
Yeah, they seemed to be very upset he was about to get out.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it's too late to do anything about it other than just get the fuck out of here. But there goes Aku and Liam. So they'll catch up. I hold the tracker out that's in my hand. I brought this with us, so they'll be able to find us.
Okay.
So, are you heading back to the van?
We're in the car, just speeding down the road.
Right. But your van is parked where
Fuck.
you started the evening.
Yeah. Yeah, you mean that stolen van that's all painted stupidly?
Sure, yeah. Are you leaving it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it.
Okay.
This moves
Hey.
faster.
This is nice. This is much nicer. This is much nicer than a crappy van.
Seats
All
are
right,
warmer.
If we're leaving the van, I'm gonna go set it on fire.
You guys do have communicators, so you can talk about this.
Okay.
Let's see. Hey, change of plans. We're heading out. We freed somebody. I use the term "we" loosely, but yeah, we freed somebody. So
You should
Sorry,
also
I
use
just
the term
couldn't leave him
freed loosely as well.
I just couldn't leave him there. Okay.
that's fine. I understand, especially if they didn't want him loose.
I don't understand at all, but I guess we'll worry about that later. I'm
Pour
gonna go
water
back
under the
and-
bridge. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna go back and destroy evidence. You guys want to pick up Liam, or Liam, you want to come with me?
Where is Liam? I thought he was with you.
We might as well tag together. Let them
Okay.
do their thing. They're on a
Right.
rescue mission.
I'm not sure
Lim-
how much evidence. There might be a lot.
At least check him and make sure he's not being tracked in any way. I'll meet you guys back at base.
I mean, I got a tracker in my hand, so you'll be able to find us.
Yeah, I know. I'm not worried about me being able to find you. I'm worried about other people being able to find him. Just
Oh,
make
so
sure.
you want us to look for trackers on him?
Yes.
Well, start looking
Okay.
while I'm driving.
Okay.
No, get your elbow. I'm driving. Get your elbow. Move it.
Oh, heck! I just
Your
turned into a
ass is in the
cockroach
rearview
before we
mirror,
got to the
man.
back.
Oh god. Oh god, that's.
You're just
that's
crawling
it.
all over him, feeling him with your
Cockroaches
gross
is
cockroach feet.
permanent.
Yeah, please don't tell me what you're doing exactly. I don't care. I'm just going to.
Did you go
I'm gonna go
cockroach?
destroy the
Is that what
van.
you did?
There are no cavity searches going on.
I was just gonna say,
I
oh
don't care.
God, that's
Cavity search?
that's a bad place to be crawling.
I don't care what's going on. Do not tell me. Just
I'm taking pictures. I'll send it to you on the phone.
do not do the opposite of that. Just make sure there's no evidence of what happened when I get there.
I hope he's unconscious.
I hope he is too. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go.
That's
destroy the
nasty.
van, just in case.
All right. So you go and set the van on fire outside of a recent crime scene.
Yep.
And then you all are you taking Leo back to base?
I mean,
I look at Kenny. Hey, this is your puppy. I'm just hoping you carry it.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, we could. There has to be some place we can go. That's not home.
Okay, well, you figure it out because you
I say we go to
fucking
the
adopted this baby, so you're gonna rock it.
nearest Walmart first and get some clothes because he is butt ass naked and I'm sure he'd like to have something on.
I
So
don't have any
go
money.
find the drop box outside the Walmart parking lot and climb in it and pull some clothes out.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
We're gonna steal from veterans. Nice. Go us.
Steal from veterans. What are you talking about? This is for veterans, right?
Uh,
There you go. I'm getting what's
Hey,
mine.
Leo was in the Marines. He said
Okay.
that. He is a veteran.
good.
You're giving clothes to a veteran.
Yeah, so was Lucas. I mean, it works just fine. So I get my clothes all the time.
All right. No, I'm sorry. I said anything at all. Just do whatever you're gonna do.
You want me to grab you something
I'm
while I'm
going-
in here? It's got a pretty
I'm
little
gonna try to get
sundress.
some weight.
Give me a Milo's tea.
So, yeah, so get some clothes for him and I guess find some secluded area to bring him to consciousness. I don't.
All right.
I don't think we need to take him back to the base as of yet.
Okay.
I
so-
think we'll call it interview with Leo will be a great place to pick up next time.
Okay. I hope I can
Sounds
get
good.
for that.
Sounds good.
All right.
Search the car to see if the guy left his wallet in it or something.
No, the wallet isn't in there. But he does have a like a punch card from a sub shop, and he's only 2 away from getting a free sub. So
Oh, sweet.
Ah,
I'll hang on to that.
Those are the details worth remembering.
hell yeah, that's free food, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
when you get hungry,
Okay.
you get hungry.
Well, thank you, Gerald.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys for
Yes,
all
indeed.
playing.
Thank you.
So yeah, think we derailed something there, maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Well, okay.
As if there are rails.
The person with the phobia of hospitals and clinics and hatred of lab personnel probably not be the one that goes in.
Hey, I mean, it's not like the first time we've done something that might not be, kosher. Like, I don't know, leaving the prisoner with a homicidal bow shooter.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
this
that just
was
is
fun.
par for the course.
Yeah. Or, letting the teenage raptor half eat a scientist before he leaves. But,
Well, at least you got
Yeah.
something to eat, right?
I'm
I mean,
hungry.
exactly.
if you want to see what chaos happens next, join us next Monday for some more Keep City Chronicles. If you can't wait that long, we won't be here this Wednesday for our organized play due to scheduling issues, but we will be returning, I believe, next week. We'll also be
I
back.
believe so.
I will be back Saturday for our GUI Reincarnate. Lord knows that the players in that game have probably set things in motion they've not realized they've set in motion by hurriedly leaving town and not taking care of any problems that may have arisen in town that they've faced. But I'm sure it'll be fine. But you can check back with us on Saturday for that game. Of course, back here on Monday. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, We are all in this adventure called life together. So please, keep that golden rule in mind. Treat those around you the way you'd like to be treated yourself. And with that, have a good week.